Hi all, this is Lynn with Paper Life, and today we're working on our October daily. Let's see, we're on day 28, make a creepy tag. So I'm going to show you kind of what I've done for the last couple days, and then we'll work on that. I want to give a big thanks to Teresa with T's Homemade Treasure. She helped a whole lot. Teresa's one of my admins, but she also runs her own group over at Timeless Paper Treasures. So thank you, Teresa. I'm going to put these away. Maybe. Okay, so this video is probably going to be a little longer. I do apologize. I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to do my page, but I don't yet know how I'm going to do the tags, so we'll see. So here was my black cat, and I just copied this off the internet. There's no credit to be given that I know of. I've seen them everywhere. So it's when witches go riding and black cats are seen. The moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. So I just like that because I didn't know what I wanted to do for a black cat. I feel like this kind of paid homage to it. Then here is my day 21, which was favorite childhood memory, or first childhood Halloween memory. I don't necessarily know that this is my first Halloween that I remember, but I just remember this costume because when I was little, and I still do, but when I was little I loved I Dream a Jeannie, so my grandmother made me her outfit, and that's what I dressed up as Halloween for. Most of the kids in my school did not get the reference, but so I just, let's see, I tried to draw her lantern. I'm going to say lantern, but that's bottle, genie bottle. The pen I used when I sprayed it decided to bleed. I was kind of okay with it, so I just left it. But there's my day 27, and this was some trim that a friend of mine, Debbie, had gifted to me a while ago. I figured it went really well with the genie theme. Let's see. Okay, so what I have done to try to speed this along a little bit was I cut one of our freebies that Teresa gave us, and it's just a little bit shy of the size of the page. I've kind of been doing that all the way around just because then I don't have to worry about it being perfect. I'm going to move this up out of my way so that all I'm doing is working on this page in front of me. I took a piece of book page that was ripped out of a book, just trimmed down the edge so that my writing went all the way up to the top of it. And what I want to do is I'm going to lay this on here so that I know I have a straight line, or at least in theory I have a straight line. This is going to be the side that is seen, so this is the side I want up. And my theory is that I want just a small pocket. So I'm lining my page that I'm going to use up with my lines just to make sure it's straight. Fold that over there. Fold this one over here. Hopefully it is going to be the right size. My dog is running back and forth on the porch currently. Okay. So now that I have that there, I can kind of move my pocket where I want it, up and down wise. And I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I don't usually do pockets this way, but we're just gonna go with it right now. So let's see. That goes over like that. This one will go in like that. The only one I'm concerned about is I don't feel like this one's folded all the way over like it's supposed to be. Just because my fold lines aren't lining up. Okay. So I still have where my page is folded. I just cut off some of the excess. Then what I want to do is kind of come in and nip these corners, and let me show you what I mean. Where my fold line is, I can see it just barely right there. So what I want to do is I want to come in at an angle and remove this. Come in at an angle, remove this. So this whole area is going to be gone. Hopefully that makes sense. And it doesn't have to be super precise like that. It's just to kind of remove some of the bulk when we fold these. I already cut that one. So that way when we fold this back behind, we don't have all those layers kind of folded over on top of each other. Let's see how well I did trying to fold this straight. Alright, well, definitely not perfect. Let's see how I can fix this. Alright, this corner needs to come up. Alright, let's see. Alright, that looks better to me. Now what I have is some kind of sari silk, but I liked it, thought it went well with this pink over here. So we're just going to have it kind of do the play. So you come out of my way for just a minute, and I'm going to, and this is kind of why I went with the book page, is because this fabric is slightly sheer, so you'll be able to see it through. So let's see, what do I want to do? I want to slightly ink around it, I think a little. I'm not sure how much of this will be noticed, but Now I'm going to attempt to do this page without sewing around the pocket, which is going to be a little weird for me with the fabric. But in this journal, I haven't done any sewing, so at this point I don't really want to. So Mr. Journal, you're going to have to move. Let's see how this theory worked. So what I'm hoping to be able to leave these wrinkles in here, if that makes sense. I don't want the fabric to be nice and straight on there, you know, and flat. I guess flat's more the word I want. I don't want the fabric to be flat. I want it to have some movement in it even after I glue it down. That's why I don't honestly know how this is going to work. Alright, put those up. Okay, I really should get my sewing scissors back out because these don't cut through fabric good at all. Alright, so my intention is to have this fabric only sitting on the front, so it's not going to be wrapped around the back at all. I believe the first thing I'm going to do is use my glue stick to kind of put the fabric down onto my book page. Now this isn't going to be my final glue because I'm hoping not to sew around it. This is just more to hold my fabric down for a little bit. We're just going to hold it there for a minute with it. At least I hope. Okay, so I don't know if you can pick up on that texture, but it is not flat. There is, oh, right there, you can kind of see. There is wrinkles still in the fabric, so I'm happy with that part. But because I don't want to sew around it, I'm going to use my Fabrifix to make sure that this is held. Another thing that you can do, and I don't think I'm going to do it here, but if you go over this with an iron and heat set it, it will make your glue stick hold much better. Now, I still would not count on just my glue stick, but it will help it hold a lot better. So just a little bit of a tip there. I found that out by mistake one time. I was going to run some fabric through my printer and I wanted it glued down on some paper just so, you know, it goes through the printer easier. But my fabric was all wrinkled, so after I glued it down I was like, oh well, here, I'll just iron it. My husband came home and I'm like, I found the coolest thing. He just looked at me and he was like, yeah, you didn't already know that? I was like, no, I didn't think about it at all. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my Fabrifix around my edge. And my goal behind this is to secure my fabric around the edges so I don't lose it, but to still keep that movement. And one of the things I don't love about Fabrifix is that it is a little bit thicker glue, so it will kind of seep through your fabric. And that's why I didn't put it over all of it, is because I just didn't want it seeped through everywhere, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my pages back. And I'm going to trim these pieces off. And the reason I'm doing this is because honestly my journal is super fat. So I don't want it to have that extra thickness there. You don't have to do that. Obviously, you could do whatever you want to do. Alright. So I'm happy with that. It's going to be held on there quite well. Now I'm going to slide my page back behind here. I guess I'm going to go ahead and distress this just in case I decide later I wanted it distressed. And I'm not doing a great job, but that's okay. That wasn't really my plan. But because I'm not sure if I'm 100% committed to this yet, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this flap, this bottom flap. I'm going to leave these sides where they're at. And the reason for that is that if I decide that I want something else on this page that I'm using for the background, I can just flip this pocket back up out of my way. Okay, so here's what my page would look like. Like I said, I didn't glue these, but those will be glued down once I'm done. And I wanted my trim, at least in theory, to hang off the bottom here, so I haven't trimmed that. I may, but I'm not going to do it right now because I don't know if I want it. Part of the reason I didn't glue this down all the way is because I'm not sure about this edge right here. I may end up putting some ribbon or something to kind of just dress that piece up, because this pattern goes around but then just kind of abruptly stops. Not sure yet if I love that. Alright, so we have our page for our creepy tag. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put that there. With that somewhere like that. But that's my thought for that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to the side because I'm content with it as of right now, and I want to work on my tags. That'll also give me more ideas and hopefully inspire if there's anything else I want on my page layout, if that makes sense. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you for just a moment. I'm going to find some paper to make tags with, because I have these images here that I think I want to use for my, see, I was going to put that there, may or may not, I don't know yet, for my tags, because what's creepier than a kid with black eyes? Every parent would say a kid on their own is creepy. No, just joking, I love mine. And then we have these two with the blood coming from their eyes, which I liked both of those. I thought they were super great. So let me find some cardstock. Okay, so what I got was kind of this brown cardstock, and I cut one 3 by 6 tall. And then I decided for the other one, I'm at least thinking I want it to be two different sizes. So this one's 3.5 by 7 tall. So that way when they sit in the pocket, it has a little different height. I went on a hunt for my orange lace. I cannot believe I found it, but I actually found it. So at this point, I feel like I am winning because I found my lace. Yes, it's small victories. What did I do with my... Here we go. And this is how I do my corners for making tags. I have, and I'm sure you guys have heard me complain many times, I don't know what it is about a tag, but as soon as you tell me that I need to make it a tag, it's like it becomes a mental block for me. I do not enjoy making tags. So all I did was go over 1/2 inch, down 1/2 inch. Alright, there we go. And grab my scissors because I don't want to have to keep cutting them that way. Okay. I did do kind of a loose distressing around those. And I think what I'm going to do is, as much as I don't want to, is do black soot around the edges of these tags. And I am really ready for October to be over so that I don't have to use the black soot anymore. I don't know why, it just makes such a mess on my hands. But I definitely felt like I wanted some black in there to go with our page. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we got going on, because I wanted to layer this up some, I'm hoping, so that I got black lace here that I believe I'm going to put down the line here. I got that, and then I got some of this orange, but this orange is brighter than I want it to be. So if I can get that needle out. What I had planned on doing was cutting off a chunk of it. And just kind of hitting it with my black soot just to kind of grunge it up. So I like that better because see, this color just looked too close but not the same, if that made sense. I didn't like it as much. This one I like better just because I've kind of grunged it up. What other mess do I got going on here that I wanted to? Let's see. I feel like she's a little bit bigger, so give her the bigger tag. I have this black doily that Miss Billy Joe gifted me. I want something else on there. What do I want on there? I want something behind that picture. Maybe let's grab some of cheesecloth and see what that does. The picture looks too dark with the black doily there. And I'm hoping I didn't completely unfold this when I cut it, so that I have two pieces. We will find out here in a moment. This stuff sticks to itself like super glue. Or no, like saran wrap, since saran wrap sticks to itself and nothing else. Alright, so far I'm kind of feeling that. Let me tell you what I'm going to do is I have this soot, black soot on here from inking, and this is a little bit of rubbing alcohol. But I wanted to kind of color this up, so I think what I'm going to do is spray this on my mat. So that I can slightly add some color to this. Alright, let's see. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I think, that to go up this edge. Have this kind of behind there. and then that on top. I don't know about that there, that purple. Do I like that purple? I mean, I really like the purple and the orange together. But I don't know if the purple really is creepy. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of the purple for right now, just because I am too chicken to use it. Now I'm trying to get this lace to go right along the edge, and of course it is going to be stubborn and fight me all the way through, because that's what it does. Alright, there we go. Come on, behave for me, glue. Thank you. I should really set that on its side because I did not fill it up before we did this video. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is let's set that to the side, and we're going to put that there. What I'm going to use is my Fabri-Tac in the bigger bottle, just because these glue bottles are great. They give you a nice thin line, but on this I want it to be messier. I want more glue. That one's not open yet. Yeah, I want it to have more glue so that it holds this behind there, but then also secures it onto our tag. I'm kind of hoping to do like a one and done. And I say that, but you guys should know by now that I'm never going to achieve a one and done. Just made a mess on my hands. Alright, so I made this nice and sloppy with glue. And of course this glue is drier, so it's now trying to ooze goo out the top of it. Go figure. Oh yeah, that's making such a mess. When your glue does that, that is a good indication that you need to add some acetone to it because it will thin it back down. And that is what I hate about Fabri-Fix, is that ooey gooey mess that it makes. But it is easy to fix, so there is a plus. Okay. So there is my creepy tag 1. Let's see. You guys want to bear with me to do another one? Well, if you're still here, then I'm going to say you guys are suckers and you're, I don't know, you're still here. So let's do it. I'm going to basically replicate this tag that I did here over on this one, but I'm going to do it probably opposite sides, just so, I don't know, it doesn't look the same exactly the same. And I'm doing stuff like putting my doily in farther across than up, like here was more up versus across. Come on, glue. Okay, there we go. There. Okay. This is it going to be long enough? Nope. Nope, no it's not. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to let that hang out for just a minute. I guess I should have at least made sure that I liked the way it looked on there before I went and completely committed myself, but okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to, I think I want a little more ink there. Use my alcohol that was sitting on my desk. Now you could completely use water. I just don't have it sitting here, and the water is going to take a little bit longer to dry. However, the alcohol does not smell real great either, so you know, you get some, you lose some. I'm not going to use my tacky glue. That's all ooey gooey and will get all over the place because I just don't feel like dealing with it. I just don't feel like dealing with it. Okay. She probably should have went up a little bit more, but that's not where it happened, so we're there. I am going to, you go to the side for a minute. I don't know where my black is. Here's my black. Go down that far, so we're going to cut it there. Now one thing I'm going to do on this is, because the way this lace is, it's kind of like a double, and you can use both sides, but I only want to use half of it. So I'm just going to attempt to cut this down the middle. All right. Mostly because I was trying to rush. I didn't cut it very straight, so I'm just trying to fix it with the edge of my paper at this point. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is flip this over. We're going to glue this side and this side. Do and do. Okay. I don't know why I'm rubbing that off, because I'm going to stick it in my book next. here for a second. One thing I've been doing on some of these pages is just using double-side tape to hold down the center of the page. Like, I'm still using the tacky glue around the edges, but this just gives it a little something in the middle. I do not use score tape very often at all. Okay, sorry about that. My kids needed me for just a moment, so I went ahead and glued this down while I had you paused. Okay, so now I get into, I feel like I want to incorporate in some of the things I used on the tags to go behind. Oh, okay, hold on. Alright, hopefully I can cut this somewhat straight. We'll see here in a minute. Okay. Okay. Then I want to put ooh, I think I like that a lot right there. You can't really pick it up on the camera, I don't think, very well. Oh, there you go. But the black does look really nice, so some of that across there. Look, I'm using my purple. I got Brave. Now I'm going to put a little on my number. I was going to trim that off, but I think I like it, so we're going to leave it. Alrighty. So like I said, sorry this is a longer video today, but I really just kind of wanted to work through how I was doing it, because I know I've been kind of skipping some of the less fun days in the videos and just kind of doing more of the fun ones, or I'm jumping on and, you know, just showing you guys little bits and pieces. So here's how I did my full day. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to rush. I heard my kids talking about going outside, so I knew they were going to need me for a moment and just said, forget it, I'll just pause and wait for them to be ready. But sorry this was a little bit longer of a video. I just wanted to really show you how I work through these prompts and how I do it on my daily. I don't know what else to say. Thank you all, and we are almost done with this month. It has been so much fun. I've enjoyed seeing everybody's creations in Paper Lifers, the Facebook group. Again, thank you to Teresa, and I am sad to see this month come to an end. Well, almost. We have a couple more days.